Hello students, in today's lecture we are going to see what is the contribution of management thinker Edward Deming. In last lecture we saw what is quality, what are the elements of TQM, the concept of TQM. Now we are going to see what is contribution of management thinker Edward Deming. Uh, Edward Deming has developed brilliant and revolutionary ideas about management, which have directly and indirectly created much impact and more productive work environment. Uh, Deming is also known as one of the major leaders of quality improvement or quality movement, and he has given certain guidelines for top managers, and these guidelines are famous and they are known as Deming's 14-point system of thinking about TQM or total quality management. Now, Deming believed that an organization has to change its philosophy to try for quality in everything. The way of thinking, the way of behavior of top managers, especially, and the culture, organizational culture, need to be changed if you want to implement TQM in your organization. Therefore, Deming's 14 principles or 14 points or 14 points of system of thinking are looked as total and encompassing philosophy of management. The goal of these 14 points is to, of course, change the behavior of managers and employees so that companies will become low cost, high quality, and highly productive suppliers of goods and services. And they should become the places of work which honor and support the contribution of all organizational members. Deming always thought that a transformation in management is required, where you should learn to live without enemies. And he says that fear erects the barriers to improve. So you should not be afraid of anything. Especially, you should accept the change wholeheartedly. And he is described as revolutionary because during the period when Taylor's scientific management was very famous, that time itself Deming has he has expressed his revolutionary ideas, and therefore he's called as revolutionary. Let us see what are the aspects of Deming's management. Before we go for learning all those 14 points of management, let us find out on the basis on which these 14 points are being propounded. So the first one is quality improvement drives the entire economy. So Deming feels that everybody wins when quality improves. So what happens when organization is ready to provide with higher quality goods and services, it automatically reduces its wastage. There are few delays and efficient use of resources without any wastage. As we all know that resources of production, resources or factors of production are so very scarce. It is so very difficult for the management to assemble those resources and carry out the production resources. So when you go for higher quality, when you go for the concept of TQM, where you are expecting 0% error, when you want to do all your work qualitative, at that time it automatically happens that people start working with a lot of responsibility, and they carefully make use of all the resources. And because of this, there's less wastage and scrap. And automatically TQM brings about a culture of doing work on time. So again, time management becomes a part of TQM. Your targets are set, and you try to achieve those targets within stipulated period of time. So because of all these factors, it leads to few delays. You don't have delays in your achieving of your objectives, right? Now the effect of all these things is that your productivity increases. And whenever you're offering in the market the products which are of superior quality, and of course at low prices, if they're made available, then definitely your business prospects increases. You are having a good standing in the market, your demand for your product increases. And when your business runs very successfully, automatically your sales increases, your profit goes on increasing. And then this is the time where the organizations think about expanding their business. So you are having improved business prospects, and because of this you think about expansion of your business, where you create more jobs in the economy. Okay, so you are creating employment opportunities for the society, only because you are providing better quality goods and services. So it's a vicious circle according to Deming, where he thinks that better quality goods and services leads to increment in the jobs, and you are solving the burning problem of unemployment in the society. So this is how, when when you create job opportunities, automatically you're helping the economy to grow. Right, so you are using all your resources very carefully. Your delays have been few, then your cost has been reduced, cost of production, your productivity has increased, right? You are giving good quality products at low prices. So all these things are beneficial for the economy as a whole. And so, as we say that any economy's development, or any country's development, is measured on the basis of its industrial development. So this is what Deming thinks, that when an organization thinks about and work upon TQM, or work upon quality perspective, then what happens, the ultimate result is that it would the entire economy is being benefited because of it. Okay, so Deming develops this logic. His logic behind this is that everyone is benefited from improved quality. Okay, so that is the first aspect of TQM, so Deming management. Then second is the customer always comes first. Now this is the in TQM concept also you saw in the definition that TQM is customer centered. Whatever you are doing in TQM is only for the customer. Your ultimate aim is to satisfy your customer, right? So customer being the most important part of production line, he is also called as the king of the market. So definitely quality should be aimed at the needs of the present and future customers. You don't have to just only think about your the present customers, you have to attract your prospective customers as well. So accordingly, your first priority of the management must be, and all the people in the organization must be, to satisfy my customer at its fullest or maximum, right? So 100% satisfaction should be their long term goal. That way you should work upon. Okay, then next, third one is don't blame the person, fix the system. So, Deming rejects the practice of finding someone to blame for substandard quality and suggests to fix the problem. He thinks that typically the problems arise because of the defective management. So, he thinks that 85% of substandard quality is because of defective management. So, now management here, it means your work rules, your culture, your technology, your organizational structure. All these are responsible for substandard quality according to Deming. Now Deming feels that people definitely work, they are ready to give their 100%, they are ready to do qualitative work. The only thing is that the management should treat employees as their internal customers. They should listen to them, respond to them, their ideas positively, and suggestions for improvement. So these are personal views of Deming. He thinks that management is responsible for defective or low quality production system. He thinks that people do work, but what is required from the side of management is that they should be treated with respect. They should be considered as internal customers, and accordingly they should be handled tactfully, where their new ideas, innovative ideas, their suggestions should be listened and responded positively. They should be accepted if they are good and for the benefit of the organization. Okay, that way management should give them good treatment, good positive response to all their activities. They should appreciate the work done by the employees. So they should be considered as internal customers, and then it is possible that you can go for enhancing the quality of your product, right? So Deming rejects the system of blaming the person. If there is substandard quality, if the products are produced of substandard quality, then Deming thinks that don't keep on blaming your employees for the same. They'll get hurt because of that. Instead of that, you encourage them to do good work, right? You make changes in your organizational culture, work culture, organizational structure, your rules and regulations, and then see what difference it makes. Okay. And the last point which Deming has suggested aspect of Deming management is plan, do, check, act. It is also called as PDCA cycle, or it is also called as Sheward cycle. Now, he recommended, Deming recommended use of this PDCA cycle for purpose of decision making. And this cycle is about there are four concepts in that. Now, planning means, Deming thinks that planning should be, you should plan whatever changes you're going to bring in your organization, and on basis of the data. And if that plan has to be prepared well in advance, and if any pilot test is needed, then that also you can do it. Then second one is do. Do means, actually do the action. That means whatever task you have planned in your planning, you bring them into action. So that is called as implementation or doing. Okay, then next is check. Check means you have to observe what happens whenever your plans are implemented, they are brought into action. What will happen, what changes have been taken place. And last is act. After studying the result, acting on the lessons learned, you have to find out whether your plans were successful, whether you are able to bring about those important changes which you were desiring to bring them, and whether you are successful in bringing those changes. Okay, so PDCA cycle induces the manager to focus on what is really important, to use the observed data, and be research oriented in observing the change in result. Okay, so these are the aspects of Deming management. I'll just take a quick review of that. The first one is quality improvement drive the entire economy. So here Deming feels that when the organization goes for the concept of TQM, it definitely benefits the entire economy. Now, how does this happen? Because Deming feels that whenever you are providing good quality products in the market, in the organization also, your culture also undergoes a change because you are implementing TQM. Now, when you go for TQM, you insist on quality of not only of products and services which you produce, but also of whatever work you are doing in the organization, right? Because of this, what happens, the mentality of employees undergoes a change. Now, every time people or employees, whenever they are doing their assigned work, they think about quality of the work, and they try to give their 100%. They try to work very efficiently and productively, and therefore they avoid wasting of any kind of resources, especially the financial and the physical resources, right, and the human resources. So they avoid such type of resources. Because of this, your productivity increases. Productivity is the ratio of your input to output, right? So with the help of less inputs, you can go for maximum output. Right, now this is possible because you're concentrating on your work, you're doing your work more efficiently, you're avoiding all sorts of wastages, right? And because of this, your productivity increases. Then you're producing, or you're offering low priced product at but higher quality product at low price. So definitely your demand for your product increases. Then you're having good business prospect, your sales increases, your profit increases. Then you think about expansion of your business. When you start a new branch, new business, then automatically you're creating job opportunities for the society as a whole, right? So automatically it happens that your whole of your economy undergoes a change. You're creating good employment opportunities, you're offering good products to the society, you are increasing the standard of living of people, isn't it? So all these factors will definitely drive the entire economy. Second one, the customer always comes first. Of course, customer is your center point. He is the center of your attraction, where you want to satisfy him. In TKM is more, it's more important. So you should give more importance to customer and see to it that you are able to satisfy him at its 100%. Next is, don't blame the person. Of course, you don't create a culture where you are blaming. Here it means दोषारोपण करणे, एखाद्यावर दोष देणे, एखाद्याला ब्लेम करणे एखाद्या गोष्टीसाठी. आता हा दोष कशाबद्दल माणूस देतं, किंवा सबस्टँडर्ड क्वालिटीचे जर प्रोडक्शन झालं, तर तुमच्या वर्कर्सला, तुमच्या एम्प्लॉईजला तुम्ही दोष देऊ नका की तुझ्यामुळं झालं. ओके, स्वतःमध्ये मॅनेजमेंटमध्येच काहीतरी दोष असतो म्हणून अशा टाईपचं कल्चर हे डेव्हलप होत असतं. दिस इज वॉट डेमिंग थिंग्स अँड देअरफॉर डेमिंग काय म्हणतं की लोक चांगलं काम करतात, नाही असं नाही, पण कधी करतात जेव्हा तुम्ही तुमच्या एम्प्लॉईजला चांगली ट्रीटमेंट देता, त्यांच्या कामाचं कौतुक करता, जेव्हा तुम्ही त्यांचे आयडियाज असतील, त्यांचे सजेशन्स असतील ते ऐकून घेता, अशा वेळी लोक डेफिनेटली चांगलं काम करायला तयार होत असतात. देअरफॉर डेमिंग थिंग्स दॅट मॅनेजमेंट कल्चर, वर्क कल्चर हे चेंज झालं पाहिजे. लोकांच्या मनामध्ये आपण चांगलं काम केलं पाहिजे, दिस आयडिया शुड बी, ही भावना जागृत झाली पाहिजे. अर्ज हॅज टू बी डेव्हलप्ड. Okay, so these are the aspects of Deming management. So today we'll conclude on this, and this is the base of 14 management, which we are going to learn in our next lecture. Okay, so with this I end with today's lecture. Thank you.